So what you'll need for this project is one regular piece of paper. You'll need some cardstock paper, an erasable pen. This one is heat erasable, so I usually just use a blow dryer to erase it off of fabric. And you'll need some double-sided tape, regular scissors. You'll need serrated scissors. This is what makes the zigzag edge. You can see here, yeah. This is what will make the zigzag edge so it won't fray. You'll need some sticks to make the handle with, some fabric, of course, and thread. So how we're going to get this shape is, this is what I do. So I have a piece of paper and I fold it in half. And then I make my shape. So I kind of this might take a couple tries. And then I cut that out and this is what I get. So this is my template piece that now I bring over to the cardstock and I will trace around that and then cut that out so it will look like this. And I usually keep one actual cardstock piece like this as my overall template to continue to use every time I need to cut a new piece out, so that I'm not having to always fold a piece of paper and do all that kind of thing. So for one of these, you will need two of these. And how we do that is we kind of sandwich the stick in between two of these pieces with double-sided tape, which I'll kind of go over that in a minute. So I'm going to show you now how I bring it to the fabric. So this is folded over, so this is going to give me two pieces. So now I'm going to set this on the fabric and get it as straight as I can. And then I'm going to trace around, okay? And when I go to cut, I'm going to go and cut maybe about a ½ inch or so, maybe even a little bit more, like outside of that marking, okay? Because you're going to be doing your stitching where that pen line is, but you want enough fabric out here so that you can go through with your scissors, your serrated scissors, and cut along. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this, making sure it's straight. Okay, so remember, we're not cutting along this line. We're going to cut probably about that much. So I'm going to cut all the way around this, and then I'll be back to show you how we're going to start sewing this to assemble everything. Okay, so I have this cut out, and again, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect because you'll clean up the edges with your serrated scissors. So to start the sewing of this, I'm going to start somewhere right before this curve, okay? And I'm going to end right after this curve. So I'm going to have a nice open space to be able to kind of finagle my actual thing, paper, cardstock in here without having to bend it too much. So I will do a front stitch, back stitch right here, and then go all the way around following my line, and then make sure to do a back stitch here because you don't want it, you know, coming apart as you're putting the fan in it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you how I put it in there, and then I'll show you how I finish it up to get the stitching along the bottom. Okay, so before I start stitching, I am going to get a fan assembled. So you'll have your two pieces here and your stick. And so now I'm going to get my double-sided tape and cut a good piece off of that. And this will go on one side. So I'm gonna kind of measure like how much of the stick I'm going to want out. And I do have a piece this right here, so I'm gonna kind of go off of this here. So, yeah. You don't want the handle, you don't need it to be crazy long coming out of it. And you want a good amount of stability within the fan also. So I do that side, and I'm gonna do this side. Not too much. Okay. Make sure it's on there good. And now you just take that off. And then again, kind of where I want this. Making sure it's center. And then take this piece off and set that on there. And now I'm actually going to take a few pieces and kind of lift up and kind of go around just a few spots so it's held together nice and strongly, and then I will sew my fabric and finish assembling it. So before I sew my pieces together, I go ahead and clip them just so as I'm sewing along, moving each clip out of the way, it kind of helps keep everything in place. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now that I have this sewn, before I put this in here, I'm actually going to use my serrated scissors just along the bottom edge here. Okay, now that I have my serrated edge cut at the bottom, I'm going to put my fan in. So I'm going to just gently kind of bend it. You don't want to cause any creases in it. And now I'm going to put that in there. In there. It's going to be a little snug, but it will all fit nicely. And there we go. Now I'm going to go along and sew right here and then on this side. So I wanted to do the serrated edge before I put this in, because obviously it would be, once you get it sewn, it's going to be harder to kind of get to that. So I'm going to go ahead and sew right here, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I got the bottom sewn. Now, kind of how I do that, because I didn't take you over to my machine with me, but I start right here and I do a front stitch, back stitch, and then all the way forward and connect right there at where I started. And so then front stitch, back stitch there also. And then I come over to this side and start right here and front stitch, back stitch. And I come all the way right here to the very edge of this and do the back stitch, front stitch again. So that's how I close it off. And then I went ahead and went around and did my serrated edge. And now I will go blow dry this pen off of here, and that's it. That's how you make a fan. And it is very effective. It really does help out on a hot day. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you have fun making it.